so good, it's alright. This is one night, I wish that I could
Hello and welcome to Game 4, the regular season of the summer schedule for the Inland Valley Pirates. So glad you could join us. Dave Silberi on the play-by-play on inlandvalleybaseball.com. Of course, the first 3 games of the season, the Pirates have really dominated, winning the first game 13-4 against the Bucks. 8-3 was the second game of the doubleheader. And then yesterday, 10-0. We mentioned it, the Pirates have a very, very busy schedule this week. They had that 10-0 decision yesterday at Banning High School against the East LA Dodgers. Here they are today against California Titans. Tomorrow they have another game. Thursday, another game here against Long Beach. Then Friday they have an off day. But Saturday they're right back at it with another doubleheader here against the San Diego Force. And then Sunday they have a trip to Sin City where they'll take on Team Vegas. And then they'll also take on the Inland Valley Buccaneers once again there. So an out-of-state battle against the Buccaneers as we're just about set for opening pitch here for the 4th game in the regular season. Let's get you started with the starting lineups for both sides. Leading off at shortstop is Ryan Rosas. Batting second is Chris Corona at center field. Batting third is Aaron Bernal for his DH. Ryan Avila is at first base and cleaning up. Batting fifth in right field, Jason Ziegler. Batting 6th, Ray Fierro. Batting 7th, Joey Morale. Batting 8th, Quentin Cardenas. And batting 9th, Josh Diaz. That is for the California Titans. And for the Pirates, here is what the defensive alignment looks like in this first inning. It's Nolan Henley out in left field, Jacob Bernardi in center, Nathan Virgin in right field, Anthony Virgin at third base, Kyle Jackson at shortstop, Blake James at second base, Alec Morabito at first base, Jimmy Mancia behind the dish, and Aaron Reynoso is the starter for this game. Of course, the pitchers are just still getting a couple innings here and there, working their way back into the season, as this one is called the strike on the outside corner. 0-1, we are underway. Gets you the fashion report right now. The Pirates in their customary red shirts, red hats, white pants. Titans in black shirts, white pants, as this one is swung on a high fly ball to shallow left field, ranging over to his right. And now backing up a few steps is Henley, who makes the first grab of the day. So we are underway here from Cal Poly Pomona. First out, top of the first inning. Titans have white numbers on the back, and the Titans part is in blue lettering. So one down, top of the first inning. Pirates, of course, in the SCCBL. Here's the pitch from Reynoso, and he went, and it's 0-1. Of course, last season finishing 4th in the SCCBL. This season hoping to get in the top 3 so they can make the playoffs. This year, for the first time, the number 2 team will play the number 3 game in a play-in game. And then the winner will take on the number 1 seed in a best-of-3 series. This one swung on down the right field line drive, but making the catch over there is Virgin for the second out. So 2 fly ball outs, 1 to left field and 1 to right field here in the first inning. And there are 2 away for Reynoso. Reynoso had a really good outing his first time. Didn't give up any runs in 2 innings pitched. Would love nothing more than to do that again here today. Reynoso actually still attending school here at Cal Poly Pomona. He said he has class tomorrow, so he won't be at the game tomorrow. That, of course, is why he's pitching here today. Right-handed pitcher against the left-handed hitter. Fastball swung on line drive to left center field by the designated hitter, Aaron Bernal, and he will stay put at first base. So the first single of the day for the Titans. If you remember yesterday, if you were listening or if you attended the game live, it was interesting because even though the Pirates dominated, and I mean dominated, they had 17 strikeouts combined, no runs allowed. The East LA Dodgers did leave a lot of men on base, especially in the early innings. First inning, they left the bases loaded. The next inning, they left another runner on scoring position. As Reynoso works from the stretch, here's the pitch. Off-speed pitch misses low and away for ball 1. 1-0 the count to Ryan Avila, the first baseman. Then about midway through that game, the pitching just took over, and it was really dominant. Jack Johnson went 3 innings and had 7 strikeouts. As Reynoso comes set, here's the pitch. Fastball swung and fouled down the third base line. It's 1-1. And Brett Early, who closed the game, the final 2 innings, he recorded 5 consecutive strikeouts and then had the 6th batter with a strike 2 pitch, and he just nubbed it off the edge of the bat, and it went right back to Early. And Early fired to first an absolute bullet. He was a little bit frustrated that he couldn't get that 6th strikeout in a row. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on, a high fly ball to shallow left field. Coming in for the second time of the day is Nolan Henley. So he'll make the grab, and at the end of 1/2 inning of play, there's no score from Cal Poly Pomona. You're listening to Inland Valley Baseball.
The best damn thing you looked into. Well, that's easy, girl. Mine would be you. Mine would be you. Sun kiss shining, back road flying, singing like crazy fools, making up our own words, laughing till it hurts. Baby, if I had to choose, my best day ever, my finest hour, my wildest dream come true. Mine would be you. Watch your double dare, you go all in. The craziest thing you ever did. Plain as your name and this tattoo. Look on my arm, mine would be you. Mine would be you. Sun kiss shining, back road flying, singing like crazy fools, making up our own words, laughing till it hurts. Maybe if I had to choose, my best day ever, my finest hour, my wildest dream come true.
And welcome back to Scalinos Field on the campus of Cal Poly Pomona. We are getting set for the first at-bat for the Inland Valley Pirates. It's 0-0, bottom of the first inning. Nolan Henley stepping up to the plate. Batting second will be Morabito, third Virgin. Fourth is Virgin as well, so it's Anthony and then Nathan. Batting fifth is Bernardi, sixth James, seventh Reynoso, eighth Kyle Jackson, ninth Jimmy Mancia, and last but not least, in the 10th spot is Michael Johnson. So Michael Johnson will play for the first time this season as the first pitch misses low for ball 1 to Henley. Pitcher for the California Titans is Ricky Duenas. Plays at Chino High School. Well, Nolan Henley in that first half inning made 2 of the 3 outs. As this one misses high for ball 2, and it's 2-0. So just like that, Nolan Henley already ahead on the count. Talked about a lot of hitters, 2-0 or 3-1 are their favorite counts, because most of the time in those counts you can sit back and wait for a fastball. And that's exactly what this is, but it's going to be a chopper over to the shortstop, Rosas. He fires across the diamond for the first out of the inning for the Titans. Here comes Alec Morabito for his first at-bat today. Alec Morabito plays at Cal Baptist. Left-handed hitter going against the right-handed pitcher. 6'0", 170 pounds is number 21. Where's the number 21? Because it's Blackjack. Here's the pitch. And the fastball misses high. I was in the dugout, and a couple of the players were saying, just call him Alec Blackjack Morabito. So we'll do that from time to time as the season goes on. Here's the delivery. And it's in at the knees for a called strike. Well, Morabito played sparingly for Cal Baptist this past season. Of course, they're a very good Division II program, made the regional round. As this off-speed pitch misses low and away. Played in a really solid regional against UC San Diego. And actually, Cal Poly Pomona was in there as well, and Chico State. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses low for a ball to Morabito. Alec Morabito, business administration major, hoping to go about his business right here and get the first base hit of the day for the Pirates. Swings at this one and fouls it straight back at the screen. This pitch is swung on off the edge of the bat, a little roller over the shortstop Rosas, and he will make his second play of the day. Actually, the first baseman lost it late, but the umpire is saying he lost it when he was trying to throw it back over to the shortstop to throw it around after they already recorded the out. So 2 ground balls to the shortstop here in the first inning as Anthony Virgin steps up to the dish. Anthony Virgin, of course, has a brother on this team, Nathan. Anthony is the older brother by 11 months. Here's the pitch. This one misses low, and it's 1-0. We mentioned that Nathan will be batting next, so the brothers Virgin back-to-back here in the lineup for the Pirates. Working out of the windup, here's the pitch from Duenas. This one misses low, and it's 2-0. Anthony Virgin, he'll play for Citrus College next season. Last year he played for Orange Coast College. Had a .354 on base percentage, which is a pretty good number. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on, missed. Actually, that might have been an off-speed pitch. And it's 2-1. Well, I wonder if these guys know each other. As we mentioned at the top, Ricky Duenas is from Chino. And Anthony Virgin also hails from Chino and went to Don Lugo High School. As this breaking ball is in at the knees, and it's 2-2. Anthony Virgin was a really, really great high school player, by the way. He was an all-CIF selection, Mount Baldy League co-MVP, and he hit .514 in his senior season. Off-speed pitch in there, called strike 3, and frozen at the plate was Anthony Virgin, but he really didn't like the call as he kind of flings his helmet and heads back out for the field. So at the end of 1 inning of play, it's scoreless here at Cal Poly Pomona between the Pirates and Titans.
I'm booking myself a one-way flight. I gotta see the color in your eyes. You're telling myself I'm gonna be alright. Without you, baby, is a waste of time. Yeah, our first date, girl, the seasons changed. The God washed away in the summer rain. You can't undo a fall like this, 'cause love don't know what distance is. Yeah, I know it's crazy, but I don't want good and I don't want good enough. Oh, I can't sleep, can't breathe without your love. Front porch and one more kiss. It doesn't make sense to anybody else who cares if you're all I think about. I've searched the world and
I mentioned it, this is Aaron Reynoso's second outing. In his first outing, he pitched 2 innings. Gave up 2 hits, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts, no runs allowed. So far, no runs allowed here in the second inning, top of the second inning at that. No score from Cal Poly Pomona. Pirates and Titans doing battle. First pitch misses outside for ball 1, and it's 1-0 to the right fielder Jason Ziegler. Ziegler wearing number 20. Well, we mentioned it before, but not here today. Aaron Reynoso from Cal Poly Pomona, so you know he feels very comfortable on that mound. This is a very high fly ball down the first base line, and it will stay in play as Alex Morabito makes the catch, and that's the first out here in the inning. It was fouled, but it stayed in the field of play as opposed to making it out of the field of play. So there's one away here in the second inning. All 4 outs recorded have been flyouts. That is actually the first one in the infield. The other 3 were in the outfield. 2 over to Nolan Henley in left field, and 1 to right field, and Nathan Virgin. Here's the pitch to Ray Fierro. This one misses low and away, and it's 1-0. Mentioned this, Aaron Reynoso always works out of the stretch, so that's how you can tell he's a reliever. Here's the pitch. Off-speed pitch in there on the inside corner, and it's 1-1. So often you'll see relievers just not even worry about working out of the windup because a lot of times they inherit base runners and they're going to have to come into a jam right away and work out of the stretch. Reynoso comes set, fires. This one swung on, another fly ball to shallow center field, ranging over to his left, and making the grab is Bernardi. So now every single outfielder has recorded at least 1 putout here in 1 2/3 innings of play, and all 5 outs have been fly ball outs. So 2 away, top of the second inning, no score, Pirates and Titans. Here comes Joey Morale, the catcher. Reynoso working from that left side of the rubber. Fires. Fastball misses high and away, and it's 1-0. Started to tell the story about Reynoso. He's 5'10", 205-pound right-handed pitcher. Went here to Cal Poly Pomona. Here's the pitch. Fastball on the outside corner, called a strike. Majors in business administration and aspires to work in the front office of a baseball organization once his days are over as a player. Here's the pitch. This one misses inside for a ball. Aaron Reynoso has 2 more quarters left. Of course, Cal Poly Pomona on the quarter system as opposed to the semester system. Reynoso shakes off his catcher's signs. That is Jimmy Mancia. Here's the pitch. This one misses low and away on an off-speed pitch. So for the first time today, really, Reynoso falls behind a hitter. Reynoso once again shaking off his catcher's sign, this time twice, before he finally likes what he sees. Here's the pitch. This one swung on, another fly ball, and this one is about 2 feet onto the outfield grass, camping underneath it and making the play is Blake James. So 6 fly ball outs in 2 innings. Every single out recorded, a fly ball out, and we will head to the bottom of the second in the scoreless tie.
I could go for a tipsy tailgate kiss. Baby, taste the moon shining off of your lips. I want to see that, won't you smile? Still got me hooked, been hooked for a while. If you got a bottle you ain't open yet, and an empty spot beside you in your bed, if you got some room for a little regret, let me know, girl, I've already left, yeah. If you're feeling what I'm feeling, let's mix it up. You got my number, baby, hit me up. If you need a little late night, pick me up. I hope you get lonely tonight. We ain't gotta make up, just kiss me. We can straight up blame it on the whiskey. You ain't gotta wake up and miss me, no. I hope you get lonely tonight. I don't care if you're spinning in the neon or burning up the sheets with my tea on. Either way, the thought is turning me on, and I can't shake it, girl, I'm wide awake. So if you're feeling what I'm feeling, let's mix it up. You got my number, baby, hit me up. If you need a little late night, pick me up. I hope you get lonely.
You're welcome back to Scalino's Field as we head to the bottom of the second inning. No score between the Pirates and Titans. Up to bat is Nathan Version, the 6'0", 180-pound right-handed hitter. Of course, his brother struck out looking to end that first inning off. Brothers batting 3 and 4 in the lineup today. Breaking ball in the dirt, ball 1, 1-0 the count to Version. Of course, Version is a guy who earned a scholarship this past season. Played at Citrus College and put up great numbers, as this one misses low and away, and it's 2-0. Here in that scholarship to Lindsey Welson in Kentucky. The great numbers we were talking about. In 36 games, he had a .350 batting average and a .446 on-base percentage. So nearly reaching base 1 out of every 2 times. Squares around and brings it back, and it was a good decision as the pitch is low and it's 3-0. So pretty much the exact opposite of his brother's at bat. His brother fell behind and struck out looking, and now he's ahead 3-0. Fastball in there, strike 1. So often on a 3-0 pitch, the hitter is going to be taking, and the umpire will pretty much call anything that's near the zone a strike. But here's the 3-1 pitch to come. This one's on the inside, called a strike, and it's 3-2. So the pitcher, Duenas, working his way back into this count, falling behind 3-0, and now it's full. Here's the 6th pitch of the at-bat. Swung on and grounded to the left side. Shortstop fields cleanly. That's Rosas, and fires over to first base in time for the first out here in the second inning. So no Pirates have reached base yet, as the first 4 hitters have all been retired in Inland Valley's lineup today, as Jacob Bernardi steps up to the plate. Bernardi actually didn't come yesterday to the road game, but here he is today in the starting lineup in the 5 spot. Takes low for ball 1, and it's 1-0 to Jacob. Jacob, 6'2", 190, right-handed hitter. Another Cal Poly Pomona player. In fact, there are 7 on this team. This one swung, a high fly ball to shallow left field. Shielding his eyes is the left fielder Fierro, and he makes the grab for the second out. So 5 up, 5 down here for the Pirates as Blake James steps up to the dish. Blake James caught one of 6 fly ball outs. As we mentioned, every single out recorded has been a fly ball out for the Pirates, as Aaron Reynoso has not allowed a run in 2 innings so far. Here's the pitch from Duenas, and this one misses low for ball 1. 1-0 the count to Blake James. Blake James, of course, from Azusa Pacific. He will be a senior next season. This past season hit .279 in 51 games. Here's the pitch to James. This one paints the outside corner for strike 1, and it's 1-1. Late kick, and here's the pitch. This one's high and tight, and Blake James has to duck his head out of the way, and it's 2-1 to number 8. Blake James is a major in applied exercise science, and after his baseball days would love to be a firefighter. Here's the pitch. Swings at this one and drives it up the middle, ranging over to his left, right behind second base, and firing across to first base is the shortstop Rosas. So Rosas has recorded 4 outs, 2 in each inning, and the Pirates are once again retired in order. And at the end of 2 full innings of play, it remains scoreless from Cal Poly Pomona.
Right here, it started with a good night kiss. It started with a good night kiss. I don't wanna wait. I don't wanna wait. It started with a good night kiss. My lips, your lips. It started with a good night kiss. My lips, your lips. Baby, let's just keep getting there. It started with a long goodbye. Get wrapped up tight. Let's spend all night right here. It started with a good night kiss. It started with a good night kiss. I don't wanna wait. No, I don't wanna wait.
Well, we're moving along pretty rapidly so far as we head to the top of the 3rd inning. Only 1 player has reached base. That was Aaron Bernal for the Titans, as obviously it's scoreless, as this is a 1 chopper over to the third baseman. Version fires a dart over to first base for the first out, so 1 pitch, 1 out here in the top of the 3rd inning. And that breaks a streak of 6 fly ball outs in the first 2 innings. So the first ground ball out here for the Titans. Here comes Josh Diaz, the second baseman. He is the 9 hitter in the lineup. On deck, the leadoff hitter, Ryan Rosas. So often you talk about a number 9 hitter. He's really an extension of a leadoff hitter. As this off-speed pitch is on the outside for a strike, and it's 0-1. One of the common goals for a number 9 hitter is just to get on base pretty much any way he can and just turn the thing over to the top of the lineup, see if he can create a rally. Here's the pitch. This one misses low and away, and it's 1-1. So often when you're growing up and you're a young player, you don't really understand the reason why you're a number 9 hitter, but that's because you're a leadoff hitter, but there's just another guy who can also do it as well. It's really a strategy thing. As this one misses low and in the dirt, about a 59-footer, and it's 2-1. No real wind to speak of here at Cal Poly Pomona on a pretty hot day. Most days are hot here. as this one's in there for a strike, and it's 2-2. So Aaron Reynoso hoping to maybe record his first strikeout of the day. As we mentioned, the first 6 he retired were fly balls before there was a one chopper over to the third baseman Virgin here in this inning. This one swung on and missed, and that is strike 3. So that will be the first strikeout of the game for Reynoso, who has now recorded 8 outs and only 1 hit allowed. Back to the leadoff hitter. That is Ryan Rosas. He's 0 for 1 on the day. Flew out to Nolan Henley. Remember in that first inning, Henley actually made 2 putouts out there in left field. In fact, all 3 outfielders have recorded at least 1 putout in this game so far. Reynoso comes set, working out of the stretch with 2 outs here in the 3rd inning. First pitch is low for ball 1, 1-0 the count. Actually, every single player has recorded an out, or at least have been a part of an assist, other than the shortstop, Kyle Jackson. And only 8 outs have been recorded. Here's the pitch. Fastball low and away, and it's 2-0. Ryan Rosas goes to Corbin University. As we mentioned, still pretty much the beginning of the season, just the 4th game of the year. Pirates come in 3-0. Here's the pitch. This one is a number off the edge of the bat that comes back into fair territory, and gloving it and stepping on, actually tagging the runner is Alec Morabito for the 3 unassisted putout. And that was very weird because it hit off the edge of the bat, and initially it looked like it was on the foul side of the grass, and then it rolled back into fair territory. And as we said, Morabito applies the tag. So at the end of 2.5 innings, the score remains 0-0 between the Pirates and Titans. We'll head to the bottom of the 3rd. Will the Pirates get any runs? We'll find out in just a few moments.
Hey baby, won't you tell me what you got going on just a little later on tonight? Or how about you and me get together, have a couple drinks? Or don't you think that sounds like a good time? You start sliding over, we can't get no closer, ain't no room in the middle. Girl, what you doing a little later? Let's go start a fire. How about you and I get this thing moving, shaking, grooving? Baby, tell me what you're doing later on, later on, later on, later on, later on, later on. Girl, you're shining like a movie star, and you know you look so good I can't stop staring. And I can tell that you're feeling it too, what you wanna do with that smile.
And welcome back to the bottom of 3 we go. Dave Sobera on the play-by-play. So glad that you could join us wherever you may be, as it remains scoreless between the Pirates and Titans. Matthew Reynoso steps up to the plate. Of course, Reynoso, the nephew of the manager Charlie, who is the third base coach right now. Lay kicking, here's the pitch. Squares around and tries to lay one down for a base knock, but fouls it over towards the third base dugout. We mentioned this before, but I know we haven't mentioned it today. The Pirates use the first base dugout, not the third base dugout. Of course, normally the third base dugout is the home one. 0-1 the count to Reynoso. Reynoso 5'10", 175-pound left-handed hitter, swings and misses, and it's 0-2. Of course, Reynoso will call this field home next season. He is transferring to Cal Poly Pomona after playing for Citrus College the past couple years. Kyle Jackson awaiting on deck. Here's the pitch. This one swung on a high fly ball, foul, but playable. And the play is not made by the third baseman. Misjudged it a little bit. We mentioned it so often. It's really hard to deal with the sun here, as actually Charlie Reynoso is looking up in the sun and the sky and seeing how difficult that play was to make for the third baseman. But new life is given to Matthew Reynoso. Clearly that was a play that should have been made, even though, of course, it won't go down as an error because when you miss a ball in foul territory, it's not considered an error. Still having to protect is Reynoso, down 0-2. This one's high, and it's 1-2. Well, this past season at Citrus College in 35 games, he hit .248. Solid numbers. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. So still, the Pirates have not had a base runner. First 7 hitters retired by Ricky Duenas. Here comes Kyle Jackson, the shortstop, for his first at-bat of the day. Kyle Jackson, of course, an SCCBL All-Star performer last year, chops the first one foul at the third base dugout, and it's 0-1. Tied for the lead in batting average on this team last season with a .340 clip. He's awaiting the 0-1. Buenas fires, and this one misses low, and it's 1-1. He also led the team with 12 runs. Of course, last season, the team didn't play anywhere near as many games as they're going to play this year. Team finished 12-11-1. So 24 games played. This year, there's going to be a lot more games, somewhere in the mid-30s to 40s, I believe, early 40s, as this one misses inside for a ball. And it's 2-1 to Jackson. Kyle Jackson, 6'1", 205-pound right-handed hitter. Didn't play this past season because of a broken hand. Here's the pitch. Lines this one straight back from where it came from, up the middle, and that is the first base runner of the day for the Pirates as Kyle Jackson reaches base on the single. And a little bit of an applause, I think, from the dugout as they finally have somebody on base. Jimmy Mancia is the next batter, and he will go over to the manager, Charlie Reynoso. Maybe they're talking a little bit of strategy here. On a one-out situation, you might consider a hit and run. So maybe ask him if he can get the ball down on the ground on the right side, which is normally what you try to do because obviously when you're running a hit and run, the runner goes off and the second baseman usually tries to cover the bag and vacates a large area on that right side. Buenas working out of the stretch for the first time. Breaking ball misses low, and it's 1-0. So obviously they decided not to go with a hit and run, at least on the first pitch, as Mancia didn't swing. But Charlie now making signals over to first base. Kyle Jackson, of course, on first base with a very slender lead, bunting around. And now the pitcher checks at second, but he's going to fire over to first, and he'll get the routine play over at first on the 1-3 putout. So actually they were talking about a sacrifice bunt with 1 out, and that's, I guess, what they did there. Mancia gets it down well enough to advance the runner into scoring position as the number 10 hitter Michael Johnson steps up for his first at-bat of the season. Michael Johnson, another returning player for the Pirates, but this is his first time playing this season. Kyle Jackson, another guy who played here at Cal Poly Pomona. 6'0", 170 pounds, takes strike 1. He's a major in kinesiology and will be a senior next year. 7 Cal Poly Pomona players on this team. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball that hangs high and drop quick enough. And it's 1-1. Michael Johnson, with that kinesiology major, aspires to be a physical therapist. A few players on this team aspire to do that. As Buenas looks back at the runner, nobody holding him on. This one swung on and driven down the third base line, but foul. Johnson was a little bit ahead of that one. Pulled it too far down that third base line. Let's see if he can straighten it out a bit here. Johnson is the last hitter in the lineup, so if he can reach, Nolan Henley will come back up, the leadoff hitter today. Here's the pitch. In there, called strike 3, and Michael Johnson knew it. He just kind of walked straight to the dugout as the Pirates have finally got a runner on base, but they still have not scored, and it's 0-0 at the end of 3 full innings of play. You're listening to the Pirates on InlandValleyBaseball.com.
high heels with that sundress, turquoise heart hanging round your neck, red lips like wine, wanna drink 'em up and keep on drinking till you make me drunk. Tied up hair, wanna let it down and just let the rest fall to the ground. You take beautiful to the max, can't help myself when you look like that. Come a little closer, come a little closer, come a little closer, girl, the way you look tonight. My eyes are the only thing I don't want to take off of you. Come a little closer, come a little closer, come a little closer, love the way you look tonight. My eyes are the only thing I don't want to take off of you. There's a million stars dancing in the sky, a picture perfect moon so bright, but I don't care, I'm looking at you. From where I stand you can't beat the view. Come a little closer, come a little closer.
Well, we have our first pitching change of the day here in the top of the fourth inning. It remains scoreless between the Pirates and Titans. Now pitching is number 21, Blackjack, Alec Morabito. Morabito shifting over from first base onto the hill, while Kyle Jackson, as this one misses low, and it's 1-0. I said Kyle Jackson, I meant Michael Johnson, is now in at first base. Kyle Jackson still at shortstop. Here's the pitch for Morabito. This one misses outside, and it's 2-0. So Johnson was the extra hitter, and now in the field. Left-handed pitcher fires, and this one misses away, and it's 3-0. So not exactly the start you want to see for Morabito, as we had a little bit of a runoff between the two teams to get the loose ball behind the backstop. It was Johnny Reynoso who made it there first and tossed it back into the dugout of the Titans, as that's the first pitch called for a strike, and it's 3-1. Chris Corona, 0 for 1, flew out to right field. Looks at this one outside, and that will be ball 4. So a 5-pitch walk drawn by the number 2 hitter in the lineup as Aaron Bernal steps up to the plate. Bernal, the designated hitter, 1 for 1. The only player with a hit on the Titans so far, as Aaron Reynoso tossed 3 shutout innings, only gave up that 1 hit, struck 1 out. So a very efficient 3 innings for Reynoso, as this one is swung on and fouled back at the screen towards the dugout, the third base dugout. Not quite the same as the last game yesterday, but still the same result in those scores so far. But yesterday we were talking about how they had 17 strikeouts, so almost 2 strikeouts per inning is what they averaged in that game. Bernal lines to the second baseman, James. James fires back to first, so that will be a 4-3 double play. Chris Corona was really left out to dry because he took a little bit of a secondary lead with the pitch, and the ball was struck so hard right at James. James, maybe had to move 1 step to his right and then fire to first. So there's really nothing Corona could do. So 2 away here in the 4th inning now as Ryan Avila steps up to the plate. Avila fouls this one back straight at me. Of course, we mentioned there is a wood protector going from the field to about 3 feet high. And then there's the fence the rest of the way up. This one misses high, and it's 1-1 to Avila. Avila flying out to left field in his first at-bat. Still no score. Top of the 4th inning. Very, very quick game so far. As this one misses low, and it's 2-1. Obviously, when there's only a couple hits, 3 hits in total, that's pretty much why the game will move along quickly like that. Morabito working out of the windup, fires, misses low. So Morabito now falling behind again to a hitter. This is the second time he did that. Last time was against Chris Corona, who he actually walked. Then, of course, Corona getting thrown out on that double play by Blake James. This one is driven up the middle, Gloving it is Kyle Jackson, spinning around and firing in time, and they got him by a long way to Kyle Jackson. So Jackson making a great play out there. He made it look routine. And now at the end of 4 innings, every single Pirate has made at least one play. So everybody getting involved as it remains scoreless from Cal Poly Pomona.
That's where it's at. Yeah, that's where it's at. Yep. 2 a.m. when she's reaching over. Faded t-shirt hanging off her shoulder. That's where it's at.
Welcome back to the bottom of 4 we go. No scores so far from Scalonis Field on the campus of Cal Poly Pomona. Nolan Henley leading off here in the 4th inning. He is also the leadoff hitter. Henley has played in all 4 games. One of a few players who has played in all 4 games so far for the Pirates. First pitch in there for strike 1. 0-1 the count to Henley. Henley 1 for 6 on the young season. Coming into today, he grounded out in the first, so that would make him 1 for 7 in total. Here's the pitch. This one swung on by the Laverne Leopard. Backhanded grab deep in the hole and firing not in time, so that'll be an infield single for Nolan Henley. As a very good attempt was made by Rosas. Rosas, if you remember, had 4 assists in the first 2 innings. That was the first play he had since then. He did a good job to make sure that it didn't get through the hole, but just couldn't make the throw in time to catch the speedy Nolan Henley. Speaking of speed, Henley did steal a bag yesterday. Let's see if he tries to go. No, he's not off on this pitch as this one misses high and away to Alec Morabito. Morabito, as we mentioned, is now the pitcher. Started the game at first base. He's 0 for 1. The ground out to the shortstop. Here's the pitch. Fastball in there, and it's 1-1. Ricky Duenas doing a very good job so far for the Titans. 3 innings, no runs, and only 1 hit allowed before this inning. Of course, his second hit was allowed on that infield base hit by Henley. This one swung on and fouled out of play behind the backstop, and it is 1-2. Morabito only had 1 at-bat before today. This will be his 3rd at-bat of the season. Runners off, that's Henley. The fastball misses high. Throw down the second, not in time, as Henley slides in feet first and is safe again. So for the 2nd consecutive day, Nolan Henley showing why he's a leadoff type of hitter with that speed and stealing a bag. So the Pirates have a runner in scoring position here for Morabito, the number 2 hitter in the lineup. Morabito lines this one in the right field. Henley is being waved home by Charlie Reynoso, and he's rounding third. The throw comes into the cutoff man. He fires home, and Henley stays up on his feet. It was very close as the catcher caught it literally right when Henley stepped on home plate and then looked to make the tag, but he was just too late. As the Pirates finally get a run here in the 4th inning, it's 1-0. So an RBI knock for Alec Morabito, the pitcher. Morabito, another one of these guys who can do both, be an everyday player and also pitch. Of course, Andrew Alvarez is another player who does that for the Pirates. As this fastball paints the outside corner, and it's 0-1 to Anthony Virgin. Anthony Virgin, of course, really disappointed with the first at-bat, the call that he received on the strike 3 pitch. Pickoff attempt over to first base, not in time. Getting dirty is Morabito. Mentioned Virgin, the older brother to Nathan. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball misses in the dirt, about 6 inches in front of home plate. Virgin directing traffic tells the runner Morabito to stay put at first base. As the catcher made a good stop, that's Morial. Both catchers doing a pretty good job so far today, as there's been really nothing, no pass balls, no wild pitches in 4 innings. Swung on and missed by Virgin. He really pulled the string right there, and Virgin was way out in front of it. And Reynoso is now calling for time. Did Virgin actually kind of hurt himself on the swing? I don't know if he was bummed out or disappointed, or if he kind of hurt himself. But he had a little bit of a conference, and now he's smiling with his manager, Charlie Reynoso, and now he steps back into the batter's box. As we mentioned, Anthony Virgin played pretty well for Orange Coast College a couple of years. As this one swung, a two-hopper over to the third baseman. He bobbles it, now fires the second and gets the force out, and then they try to go to first, but it's too late. But, of course, they do get that force out on the fielder's choice over at second base. Here comes Nathan Virgin. Nathan 0 for 1 on the day. As we mentioned, Nathan is heading to Kentucky. Not sure if he knows much about Kentucky, but Lindsey Wilson offered him some scholarship money, so he decided to go there. As this one's called a strike, and it's 0-1. Nathan Virgin, another guy from the Chino area. There's a few guys from either Chino or Chino Hills on this Inland Valley team. Here's the pitch. This one misses inside for a ball to Virgin. Last season, Virgin had a .325 on-base percentage and a .206 batting average, so he'd like to improve those numbers here in 2014. Runner bluffs as we have a breaking ball in the dirt. Another good stop by the catcher, Morial. Working out of the stretch, here's the pitch. Fastball swung on and bounced to the right side. Will that get through the hole? No, it's too slow. But will Virgin beat it out? Yes, Virgin beats it out on an infield single, as that ball was rolling for a long time, and it rolled deep into the hole. The second baseman, ranging to his left, Diaz, gloved it and tried firing a sidearm throw, but couldn't make it in time. So now the Pirates have a little bit of momentum going here in the 4th inning. They've already scored 1 run and have runners on first and second base. On second in scoring position is Anthony Virgin, and now on first is Nathan Virgin. Jake Bernardi comes to the plate. First pitch called a strike to Jacob, and it's 0-1. Jacob flew out to left field in his first at-bat, so he is 0 for 1. Runner bluffs as this one is swung on, and it's another skyscraper in the infield. Infield fly rule is applied, but the shortstop makes the catch anyways. That is Rosas. So Rosas with his 5th out recorded in this game, and that's the 2nd here in the 4th inning. 1-0 to score. Pirates on top of the Titans at Cal Poly Pomona. There was no score for the first 3.5 innings before the Pirates got that first run here in this inning. Here comes Blake James, 0 for 1, grounded out to the shortstop. He takes low for ball 1 on a pitch in the dirt. Blake James is really a solid fielder, solid middle infielder at that. Last season was one of the more impressive fielders in the SCCBL. Swings at this one and chops it to the third base side. Third baseman charging and makes the throw. It does Cardenas for the final out of the inning. So at the end of 4 full innings of play, the Pirates do get 1 run, and they lead 1-0.
Right now it don't make sense. I can't make it all make sense. So I'm gonna sit right here on the edge of this pit and watch the sunset disappear. Drink a beer. So long again. And drink a bit. Drink a bit.
Welcome back. Dave Sobera on the play-by-play. So glad that you joined us wherever you may be as we head to the top of the fifth inning. 1-0 the score. Pirates on top of the Titans. And it's 1-0 because of the man who's actually on the mound right now, Alek Morabito, with a base knock to right field. Had an RBI as this pitch is a 58-footer in the dirt, and it's 1-0 to number 20, Jason Ziegler. Ziegler 0 for 1 on the day. He was part of that first 2 innings where every single out recorded was a flyout, and he's going to keep in that mold as he flies out to right field for the first out of the inning. In right field now is Matthew Reynoso. So Reynoso actually started as a designated hitter, and now I believe he is in right field for Virgin. I know he's in right field for Virgin, but I believe they made the change with him as the designated hitter to right field. And now Virgin, I wonder if he's going to shift over to the designated hitter. As this one misses outside for a ball to Ray Fierro, 1-1 the count. Fierro 0 for 1, flew out to center field. Top of the fifth inning, 1 out. This one misses outside, and it's 2-1. So 2-1 for number 2-1, Alek Morabito. Morabito is excited that A.J. David will be joining him at Cal Baptist as this one misses low, and it's 3-1. Hitter's pitch to come. Saw them chatting up a lot a couple days ago. I don't think it was the last home game on Saturday. They were hanging out a lot and talking about what was going to happen next season as this one swung on and missed, and it's a full count. A.J. David is actually not here today. Speaking of David, he's a SCCBL performer, all-performer last season. Here's the pitch from the southpaw. This one swung on off the edge of the bat, and we'll do it again. Another full count offering to come as Ryan Marcos caught that with his bare hand off the netting. Marcos, of course, one of the coaches for the Pirates. Usually coaches at first base, but he hasn't been at first base today. This one swung on, and it's another fly ball. This one is foul and out of play down the first base line. We also see Ryan Marcos take over at third base at times. See Charlie Reynoso and Marcos kind of switching in the middle of the game. But we'll do it again. Another full count pitch to come. The third of the at-bat. This one swung on and missed. Strike 3. So Morabito records his first strikeout of the game. As Joey Morale comes to the plate. Morale 0 for 1 with a fly out to second base. He's done a really good job behind the dish as a catcher. Hasn't really allowed anything to get past him for the most part. Morabito towing the rubber, fires. This one misses high and outside for ball 1, and it's 1-0. Well, as we mentioned, this game really is moving along pretty rapidly. Still not even an hour in, and it's the fifth inning. This one misses low, and it's 2-0. Of course, people always say that's the kiss of death, the announcer's kiss of death. The second you make an observation or say something like that, the next thing you know, you have a huge inning. As this one swung on and chopped over to the shortstop, he backs up and now fires across. That's Kyle Jackson, of course, for the final out of the inning. So 6-3 if you're scoring at home. Jackson backhanding it, showing off that cannon of an arm. At the end of 4.5 innings of play, it remains 1-0. Pirates on top of the Titans.
Sunburn, stare at them white caps rolling over. Laid back in a thrift store beach chair, dropping limes in a Corona. But she looks back, yeah, she throws me a kiss like, honey, I sure want you. And it's 103 between her and me, and only 92 in Daytona. And it's sunshine, blue eyes, singing, whoa, get you. We got 2 for 1s, we're at a margarita bar. Whatever happens, happens. And there's a reggae band full of dreadheads just sitting in the corner laughing. Well, my baby walks over, drops a 20 in the jar. She smiles and shakes it at me.
To the bottom of 5 we go in a 1-0 ball game. Pirates on top of the Titans. Matthew Reynoso steps up to the plate, 0 for 1 on the day. Takes low and inside for ball 1, and it's 1-0. Ricky Duenas remains on the bump for the Titans. The right-handed pitcher who has had a pretty good outing so far. The Pirates are a pretty prolific hitting team. As Reynoso checks his swing and is called the ball, 2-0. Reynoso's hometown is Claremont. Went to Claremont High School. A lot of guys from the Inland Empire on this Pirate team. As this one is called a strike, and it's 2-1. Matthew Reynoso waiting the 2-1 offering from Duenas. Duenas, the right-handed pitcher, fires. Fastball misses high and outside, and it's 3-1. So a hitter's pitch to come for Reynoso. Reynoso usually a leadoff type of hitter, but hitting in the 7th spot here today. He's a guy that can really bunt for a hit, run out an infield base knock, as this one's called a strike, and it's 3-2. And speaking of that, the third baseman is actually playing on the infield grass, even though it's a 2-strike count here. Here's the pitch. Fastball high and in, and that is ball 4. So Reynoso draws a walk to lead off the inning, and we mentioned normally he is a leadoff type of player, so leading off this inning well is number 22 as Kyle Jackson steps up to the plate. Time is called for at home plate by the umpire. And now we will resume play with the aforementioned Kyle Jackson at the plate. Jackson, 1 for 1 on the day. He was the first one to get a hit for the Pirates. As this one bounces in the dirt, Reynoso reading that to perfection and gets to second base on the wild pitch. But that was a great job by Reynoso and really reading that breaking ball in the dirt and taking off the second he saw it. So the Pirates now with a runner in scoring position here in the bottom of the 5th inning, looking to extend that lead if they can. Duenas checks the runner, fires home. This one's singled. Oh, it's actually a slow roller. And firing across the diamond on the 6-3 putout is the shortstop Rosas. At first off the bat, I thought he hit it much harder, but it was actually just a slow roller over to that shortstop. But advancing 90 feet and into third base is Matt Reynoso. So Reynoso awaiting the throw from the shortstop and then taking off as Jimmy Mancia steps up to the plate with a 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Mancia with an RBI opportunity as the infield comes in. Everybody playing on that infield grass. First pitch swinging. Chops a foul ball down the third base line, and it's 0-1. This is a big situation right here for Jimmy Mancia to show what he can do with the stick. As the infield comes in, obviously that leaves some bigger gaps open in the field, and if you could just hit a sac fly, you score the run as well, as this one misses high, and it's 1-1. This is really a big situation for Mancia to show what he can do to manager Charlie Reynoso. As Michael Johnson is on deck, here's the pitch. Breaking ball that hangs high, and hangs really high at that. About chin level of Mancia, and it's 2-1. Once again, there is an extra hitter today in a non-conference game. So Michael Johnson is the number 10 hitter in the lineup. Mancia the number 9 hitter. Duenas comes set, fires. Fastball that misses high and in, and it's 3-1. So after a first pitch foul ball, Mancia works the count. Gets to a really advantageous point right here, up 3-1. Of course, he's from College of the Desert. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses low. 5-pitch walk drawn by Mancia. After fouling off the first pitch he sees, 4 consecutive balls, and Michael Johnson steps up to the plate with runners on the corners here in the bottom of the 5th inning. So both men on base right here drew walks, both of the 5-pitch variety. Both Reynoso and Mancia. As we mentioned, this is Michael Johnson's first game of the season. In his first at-bat, he struck out looking, and he knew it immediately. He just walked straight back into the dugout. Johnson started as the extra hitter, but is now in the outfield for the Pirates. We had a conference between coach and pitcher, as now we're ready for play here. Runners on the corners, 1 out, bottom of the 5th inning. First pitch swinging, foul ball over towards the third base dugout, and it's 0-1 to Michael Johnson. Michael Johnson last season hit .281 for the Pirates. He was a leadoff type of hitter for this team. Wenas working out of the stretch. Checks the runner at first. Now comes set. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on and missed. And once again, swinging over the top of it is Johnson. And once again, I don't think that was a fastball. Actually, the ball dropped at the last second. And that's why he swung over it. Third baseman playing on the infield grass. Middle infielders hoping for a double play depth. It's grounded right to the third baseman, but he drops it and now fires over to first base. He gets the out at first, but the run comes home and scores, and it's 2-0 Pirates. So that will be an RBI credited to Johnson. As initially the setup of that third baseman playing on the infield grass seemed like it was going to work to perfection. The ball was pretty much hit right at him, and it looked like he had the runner dead to rights at home. But as we mentioned, he bobbled it and then had to fire over to first base to get the second out. But the Pirates take that 2-0 lead. They double their lead out here in the 5th inning as a breaking ball misses low for ball 1 to Nolan Henley. Nolan Henley 1 for 2 on this game. Singled and scored back in the 4th. Also stole a base in that inning and grounded out to the shortstop in the 1st inning. So Nolan Henley, the leadoff hitter, getting things going for the Pirates in that last half inning. This one misses low. Of course, for the Pirates, their first 7 hitters were retired until Kyle Jackson finally got a hit in the 3rd inning. Then the next couple were retired. And then finally in that last inning, the Pirates get on the board. This one is bounced up the middle to the shortstop. He fires over to first in time. Rosas making a lot of plays and making them look easy as he charged that one to his left right in front of the second base bag. And that will do it for the 5th inning. But the Pirates do tack on one more run and extend their lead to 2-0. You're listening on InlandValleyBaseball.com. And welcome back to Scalinos Field on the campus of Cal Poly Pomona. 2-0 the score. Pirates lead over the Titans as Alec Morbido comes in for his 3rd inning of work. Chopper over to the third baseman and charges it. That's Virgin and fires over to first base for the first out. So 1 pitch, 1 out here in the 6th inning. 5-3 if you're scoring at home. If you remember, Pirates really struggled in the first 3 innings, only having 1 hit. But then tacking on 1 run both in the 4th and 5th innings. It was Alec Morbido, the pitcher, actually, who had an RBI single scoring Nolan Henley in the 4th. He fires, and this one is swung on and missed for strike 1. 0-1 the count. And then it was Michael Johnson who had the RBI ground out back in the 5th inning that scored Matthew Reynoso from third base. This one's on the outside corner, called a strike. 1-1 the count to Josh Diaz, the number 9 hitter in the lineup. Josh Diaz, actually it's 0-2, 0 for 1 on the day, struck out in his previous at-bat. This one swung on off the edge of the bat. He might have even broken the bat, and the shortstop makes an error. That is Espinosa. So Espinosa in for Jackson now, over at shortstop here in the 6th inning. 6th inning is usually a time where we see a bunch of changes, fast and furious, for the Pirates, or really for any SCCBL team. The rest of the infielders look the same, though. Yes, the rest are the same, as squaring around and now bringing it back as the leadoff hitter, Ryan Rosas. Rosas has been very busy over at shortstop today, making a lot of plays throughout the game. Morabito checking first and now fires home. This one swung on a high bouncer over to the first baseman, Johnson. Johnson making a spin move at first, thinking about going to second, and then at the last second, flipping it over to the pitcher, Morabito, and Morabito kind of tripped over the bag but makes the play. So 3-1 on that putout, but they made it look anything but routine on that one. They made it look very difficult. But the out is required nonetheless. And Johnson, that was kind of interesting that he thought that he had time to go to second base, because as I mentioned, it was really high and slow, bouncing ball. And he probably should have just thought better of that and just went straight to the bag. But Morabito alertly covering. So good job by him. Pitcher's fielding practice. 0-1 the count to the number 2 hitter, Chris Corona. This one misses low, and it's 1-1 to Corona. He is 0 for 1, also walked back in the 4th inning. And if you remember, in that inning, he was on first base, and a line drive was hit by the next batter in the lineup. That's Aaron Bernal, straight at Blake James, and that was a double play. This one is struck on, line drive into right center. Center fielder Bernardi fires home, and not in time. So the Titans are on the board. That is their first run, and it's 2-1 Pirates. So an RBI single by Chris Corona cuts the deficit for the Titans to 1. As Aaron Bernal steps up to the plate. Bernal with that, as we just mentioned, that line drive hit directly at Blake James. That was a double play. He was also hit a single back in the 1st inning. In fact, he had the only hit for about 3 innings in the game, as the first pitch is a breaking ball that misses low in the dirt, and it's 1-0. Lefty on lefty action. The left-handed pitcher, Morabito, working from the mound, firing. Looked like a slider on the inside corner, called a strike, and it's 1-1. Chris Corona taking his lead off first base. Pretty normal lead, not too small or not too big, as Morabito fires over to first. Just kind of, keeping him on his toes, making sure he's paying attention. We saw it a lot yesterday. A lot of snap throws from the catcher, as this one is in there on the outside corner for strike 2. So that's what you want to do if you're Morabito, against the guy who's hit it pretty hard both times he's been up at bat. One time coming up with a single. Aaron Bernal from Chaffey College. As the runner is off with the pitch, this one misses inside, and there won't even be a throw from Ancia. So credit a stolen base to Chris Corona. And now the Titans have a runner in scoring position, and he's the tying run here in the 6th inning. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. A little excuse me hack. And Morabito gets out of the mini jam, if you can consider it a mini jam with a runner on second base. But Morabito gets out of it, and the Pirates cling to a 2-1 lead at the end of 5.5 innings of play. Well, the Titans now have a new pitcher, a relief pitcher for Ricky Duenas. Duenas had a pretty good outing, 5 innings, only 2 runs allowed. The replacement for him, the relief pitcher, is number 14, Ray Cameronero. Cameronero, 6'2", 170 pounds, from Charter Oak High School. Charter Oak is a very solid high school. Put a lot of money in their athletics. Have an absolutely beautiful football field. I'm not sure about their baseball field. I've never seen that. But just from calling football games at the high school level, I remember them having a very great turf field. As Alex Morabito steps up to the plate. Morabito, sort of the man of the day of sorts. Pitching 3 solid innings, allowing 1 run, couple strikeouts. Also had an RBI single. So Morabito getting it done at the plate as well as on the bump here today, as the left-handed batter is ready against the right-handed hurler. Play kick, and here's the pitch. This one is swung on and fouled out of play and into the parking lot. As we mentioned, only students are allowed to park there, in theory. So the parents shouldn't be too wary of if a foul ball goes over there in the parking lot, as this one's inside for a ball, and it's 1-1 to Morabito. Alec Morabito, 1 for 2. We mentioned his RBI single, also grounded out to the shortstop back in the first inning. Bottom of the 6th inning, 2-1 the score, as this one misses low and away for a ball. It was scoreless for the first 3 frames. Then the Pirates scoring 1 in the bottom of the 4th, 1 more in the bottom of the 5th. The Titans answering in the top of the 6th, and that's where we stand, 2-1. This one swung on and fouled out of play, and once again fouled into the parking lot. As Morabito will have to protect the plate with a 2-strike count here. Camperano fires. Fastball misses high for a ball. You know, so often you see the Pirates hitters, and a bunch of times they fall behind, but they all have great plate discipline for the most part. Really high IQ baseball players. They always seem to extend the count. Very few times do you see them overmatched in a 3-pitch type of count. As this one is swung on, a high fly ball that's over the head of the left fielder Fierro. Heading into second, and now rounding second and headed for third with a triple is Alec Morabito. So Morabito bombs one out to the left field fence over the head of Fierro. And he is having a stellar game, as time is called for by both he and Reynoso, the manager. So 2 for 3, 1 RBI, 3 innings pitched, 2 strikeouts, and only 1 run allowed. Pretty good day for him, as this one misses outside for ball 1 to Johnny Reynoso. So Johnny Reynoso up for the first time today, replacing Anthony Virgin. Reynoso, of course, headed to West Texas A&M. Stellar Division II program, as this one is swung on and fouled out of play down the left field line. Reynoso 5'11", 185 pounds, left-handed hitter. Of course, his brother started the game off. Started it off right, 3 innings, no runs. So his brother has gone 5 innings in total and allowed no runs, the number of Johnny. Here's the pitch, and this one misses low in the dirt. Reynoso directing traffic, telling Morabito not to come because the catcher made a good stop. That, of course, is Morial, who's done a very good job all day today for the Titans. On deck is Bryce Cherry. So Cherry will replace Nathan Virgin, as some of the replacements are coming in for the Pirates here in the later innings. Fastball misses high and away. Another good job by the catcher to stop that one. And that was very high. Actually, this is a new catcher. This is Daniel Escobedo. So they had made a couple changes as well, did the Titans. Infield playing in on the grass, trying to stop this run from coming in. And a 1-run game. Here's the pitch. This one swung on, bounced over to the second baseman. And he fields it cleanly and fires to first for the out. So 4-3 on the putout. Playing in pays off right there for the Titans, as Alec Morabito had to hold up at third base. He still remains 90 feet away from scoring, and he still has a chance to be either hit on an RBI groundout, although the infield is playing in, so that's unlikely. But he also has a chance to come in on an RBI sacrifice fly, as this one misses low and inside to Bryce Cherry. This, of course, is Cherry's first at-bat of the day. Cherry from San Francisco State, one of 4 Gators on this Pirate team. Like to mention San Francisco State, actually linked to our website, inlandvalleybaseball.com, in a story, and mentioned all 4 players on this team. Of course, Bryce Cherry, one of them. Escobar, one of them. Davis as well. And Ryan Romero. Late kick, and here's the pitch. This one's swung, and this one is a fly ball that will be playable for the third baseman. Remember, he had trouble over there before, and he has trouble once again fielding it cleanly in foul territory. So once again, it falls harmlessly to the ground, as Bryce Cherry will get another chance here. If he could kind of straighten that out, that might be a good play for the Pirates, because that could be a sac fly, scoring Morabito. 2-1 the score. Pirates on top, bottom of the 6th inning. Cherry awaits the offering, and this one misses inside for a ball. Bryce Cherry, of course, 6'1", 205 pounds. Was actually a first-team all-conference performer at the junior collegiate level for Monterey Peninsula College. And that, of course, is how San Francisco State decided that he was good enough to play for them. As this one misses high for ball 4. So Cherry working the count, draws a walk, as the middle infielders will back up into double play depth now that there's a runner on first base. Looks like the corner infielders will remain on the grass. At least the third baseman will. The first baseman will cover first base, as Jacob Bernardi steps up to the plate. Bernardi 0 for 2, a couple flyouts, one to the left fielder and one to the shortstop. Bernardi should feel comfortable in that batter's box. He is a Cal Poly Pomona player. Here's the pitch, fastball in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Jacob Bernardi will be a sophomore next season. Business administration major. Wants to become a coach or work in marketing. So a couple different things, as the runner Bryce Cherry is off with the pitch, and he will steal second base with no throw. So only the second stolen base of the game for the Pirates. Catcher Escobedo thinking better of it, not wanting to risk potentially making an error with a runner on third base. But with that said, the Pirates now have 2 men in scoring position here in the 6th inning with only 1 out. Here's the pitch, and this one plunks Bernardi right in the back, pretty much on the 1 in his jersey number, and now the bases are juiced. So all of a sudden, Pirates have a little bit of a rally going here as a new pitcher came in this inning. It was Ricky Duenas, who had a really good first 5, only allowed 2 runs, which when you only allow 2 runs in 5 innings against the Pirates, that's a pretty good job. This is a very talented hitting team, as the head coach and manager will come out for a conference with the new pitcher, Ray Camperano, and, of course, also the new catcher, Escobedo, goes out there. So they're on the mound right now. Blake James is at the plate. Blake James 0 for 2, a couple groundouts to the left side, one to the third baseman and one to the shortstop in this game. Blake James would love to take advantage of this opportunity with the bases loaded. His team leads by 1. I'd like to break this thing open right here if you're a Pirate fan. Alec Morabito on third base. Bryce Cherry on second, as this one misses low for ball 1. and Jacob Bernardi on first. Of course, Morabito led off the inning with a triple over the left fielder's head that went all the way back to that left field wall. The other two guys reached as this one is foul tipped to the third base side. Cherry reached on a walk, and Bernardi being hit by that pitch. Blake James awaiting the one-strike pitch. This one misses low for a ball. We talk about how well he plays at Azusa Pacific all the time, but before Azusa Pacific, he went to Citrus College, where he was a first-team All-Western State Conference selection. That season, he hit .392 and had a .440 on-base percentage with Citrus. There's a lot of guys who play for Citrus on this Pirate and Buccaneers team, as this one misses inside for a ball. Charlie Reynoso, the manager, giving some words of encouragement, saying, look for something that you can drive to Blake James with the bases loaded. Corner infielders remain in. Middle infielders playing double play territory, depth. Here's the pitch. Fastball high and away, so that will be a walk. And you do credit Blake James with the RBI on that walk, as the Pirates now take a 3-1 lead. So often people will say it's kind of a cheaper, easy RBI, but I always tend to disagree, because you have to have the plate discipline and the patience to be able to draw that walk with the bases loaded, and to not be over anxious, and to not, kind of go fishing or chase something out of the zone. So you earn that RBI nonetheless. First pitch, fastball swung on by Andrew Alvarez, and this is a fly ball that is playable for the first baseman, and he makes the catch. So that'll be the second out of the inning. That was Alvarez's first at-bat of the day. Alvarez, jumping on the first pitch he saw, really wanted to take advantage of those bases loaded. Get a few RBIs there. Here comes Espinosa. Espinosa's first at-bat of the day. He came in at shortstop in the previous inning. Right-handed hitter with the open stance, awaiting the pitch. Fastball high and in. 4-1, 1-0 the count. Espinosa comes in for Kyle Jackson. Kyle Jackson was 1 for 2. Espinosa, of course, headed to Houston Baptist. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on and driven straight to the right side, and the second baseman fires over to first for a routine play to finish the inning. So the Pirates get 1 run for the third straight inning. They lead 3-1 at the end of 6.
A beauty from South Alabama. Her daddy had a heart like a 9-pound hammer. Think he even did a little time in the slammer. What was I thinking? She snuck out one night and met me by the front gate. Her daddy came out waving that 12 gauge. We tore out the drive, he peppered my tailgate. What was I thinking? Oh, I knew there'd be hell to pay, but that crossed my mind a little too late. 'Cause I was thinking that a little white tank top sitting right there in the middle by me. I was thinking that a long kiss man just gotta get going with a night might mean. I know what I was feeling, but what was I thinking? What was I thinking? By the county line, the cops were nipping on our heels, pulled off the road and kicked it in 4 wheels, shut off the lights and tore through a cornfield. What was I thinking? Out the other side, she was hollering faster, took a dirt road, had the radio blasting, hit the honky tonk.
Welcome back to the top of 7 we go. Dave Sobera on the play-by-play. So glad you could join us wherever you may be here at Cal Poly Pomona. 3-1 the score. The Pirates have scored 1 run in the last 3 innings as we have a new pitcher, Espinosa, on the mound for the first time this season. He fires low for ball 1, and it's 1-0. Espinosa came in at shortstop in the last inning and is now pitching, which means Kyle Jackson is back in at shortstop. As this one is swung on and driven to the right side, Blake James makes a leaping catch over there for the first out. A lot of talk over in the first base dugout from the Pirates. They were pretty excited about the hang time shown by number 8 over there. We mentioned Blake James is just a really solid fielder. As there's one away here in the top of the 7th inning. Well, Greg Espinosa actually hit in the last inning as this one misses low and away for a ball, and it's 1-0 to Ziegler. Espinosa actually bounced out to second base in that last half inning. This one in at the knees, called a strike, and it's 1-1. Well, it'll be interesting to see how long Espinosa goes because we did not see him pitch once all of last season. And he is a middle infielder by trade. This one swung on off the edge of the bat to the right side. It stays fair, and Alec Morabito will get the 3 unassisted put out there. So speaking of Morabito, he has shifted back over to first base after pitching the middle 3 innings. Alec Morabito will be the pitcher of record should the Pirates win. Obviously, you have to be in the 5th inning to be that. And he, of course, was in the 5th inning, throwing 3 solid innings. Aaron Reynoso got things started off well with 3 shutout innings. As this one hits the hitter, and he will go over to first base. You have to figure that Espinosa might be just pitching 1 inning here to get it to a closer type of pitcher for the Pirates to finish the last couple innings off. Maybe he's just in there to kind of mess with the Titans hitters a bit because he's throwing some major junk to the Titans. As Escobedo comes to the plate. Escobedo coming in the last half inning, replacing Joey Morelli, the original starter at catcher for these Titans. Fastball on the inside, called strike 1, and it's 0-1. The dugout likes what they see. This is about as talkative as they've been in the first 4 games of the season. As Johnny Reynoso is playing on the infield grass, the runner goes, and there will be no throw to second base on a breaking ball that misses low. And that's one thing about Espinosa. He's very deliberate, and his pitches are not what you'd call fast. So it might be easy to steal bag on him. Here's the pitch. That's a fastball in there for a strike. I guess Espinosa's having some fun. He's looking back at the dugout and smiling after that fastball. That was pretty much the first heater he threw. Here's the pitch. Another heater, and that was a big fastball. That was some speed. And he gets the hitter swinging. And so at the end of 6.5 innings, it remains 3-1. Pirates on top of the Titans. You're listening on InlandValleyBaseball.com.
Things are whispering in her ear, oh my. I like doing what she likes, like running my fingers through her long hair, lighting watermelon candles upstairs, letting them burn and holding her all night. I like doing what she likes. She likes it when I sing her old silly songs and throw in words where they don't belong. Sometimes we laugh till we almost cry, doing what she likes. Doing what she likes. She likes hearing how good she looks in them blue jeans. Little kisses, sweeter than sweet tea. Things are whispering in her ear, oh my.
And welcome back to the bottom of 7 we go. Pirates on top, 3-1 of the Titans. So I hope you got your stretch in wherever you may be as Jimmy Mancia steps up to the plate. Mancia 0 for 1 on the day. Walked back in the 5th inning. Mancia playing this entire game at catcher as this one misses inside for ball 1. 1-0 the count to Mancia. Mancia from College of the Desert. Here's the pitch. Fastball in there for strike 1. 1-1 the count. Actually, Mancia is not 0 for 1. Mancia is 0 for 0 because he had a sacrifice bunt, if you remember. This one swung on a high fly ball to shallow right field. Coming in and making the catch is Ziegler. Ziegler actually looked like he had a little bit of trouble. He was going to the right, and then at the last second he went to the left, but makes the catch nonetheless, and that's the first retired here in the 7th inning. Here comes Michael Johnson. Michael Johnson 0 for 2 on the day, but did have an RBI ground out back in the 5th inning. The Pirates not scoring any runs in the first 3, and then in the middle 3, scoring 1 in each frame. What will the final 3 hold? We're about to find out. Here's the pitch. Fastball outside, ball 1. Ray Camperano working his 2nd inning, came in the 6th as a replacement for Ricky Duenas. Duenas allowed 2 runs in 5 innings as this one misses high and tight, and it's 2-0. So far, Camperano has given up 1 run in 1 1/3 innings. Here's the pitch. Fastball high and away, and it's 3-0. Well, Michael Johnson looking to get on base for the first time of the season. We mentioned this is his first game of the year. Already has an RBI, though. So productive first day nonetheless. Here's the pitch. And that will be a 4-pitch walk drawn by Johnson, so he is on base for the first time on the season. And he turns the lineup over to the top of the order. That, of course, will be Nolan Henley, the leadoff hitter. Henley, 1 for 3 on the day. A couple ground outs to the shortstop. Then also singled, stole base, and scored back in the 4th inning. He was the one that started that 1 run in 3 consecutive innings streak. Speaking of 3, that is his number as Charlie Reynoso talks to him in the middle of the third base line. Wonder if the Pirates will think about putting on a play right here with 1 out in the 7th inning. We mentioned Nolan Henley has a lot of speed. He had a stolen base both today and yesterday. So you wonder if they might try to bunt for a hit almost here. Middle infielders in double play depth. Corner infielders in, but Henley's swinging and foul tipping the first pitch, so he wasn't trying to lay a bunt down at all, nor was he trying to maybe hit and run there as it's 0-1. Henley, one of 2 University of Laverne players. The other Leopard on the team, Brett Early. Early closed the game out yesterday as this fastball misses high and away. The runner's off. Johnson's in there safe with a stolen base. So the Pirates get a runner into scoring position in the form of Michael Johnson. And now let's see what they want to do here with an 0-1 count to Henley, or 1-1 count to Henley. Alec Morabito on deck. Morabito having a stellar performance today, as we mentioned, 2 for 3, had a triple, run scored, also pitched 3 innings. This one's driven hard into left field, rounding third and coming home to score is Michael Johnson, but the play comes to the plate, not in time, and it's 4-1, Pirates on top. So an RBI single for Nolan Henley, and Nolan Henley is quickly putting his name as a potential player of the game candidate. The number 1 and 2 hitters today, Henley and Morabito, between them have 2 RBIs and 2 runs scored. That's what you want to see at the top of the lineup. Here's Morabito. Breaking ball in at the knees, and it's 0-1. Still only one out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Pirates scoring 1 run for the 4th consecutive inning. Let's see if they can do more damage here as the meat of the lineup is coming up. Pickoff throw over to first. It actually one hopped over to the first baseman, who made a nice backhanded grab. Prevented that from going in the right field and having Henley on second, maybe even on third. He's that speedy that if that went far enough, he might have been able to make it all the way there. The right fielder did do a decent job of backing the throw up, and he was on his horse. Henley off with the pitch. Fastball misses high. Henley sliding foot first, and he's in there safe for his 2nd stolen base of the day. So Nolan Henley showing exactly why Charlie Reynoso put him in the leadoff spot today. Showing a little bit of power, getting an RBI, and also stealing 2 bases, getting on base a lot. Wreaking havoc on the base paths. Shortstop flashed to second base, but no pickoff throw over there, as this one misses high to Morabito, and time is called for by the catcher, Escobedo. Escobedo will go over to the mound and talk to his pitcher. The Titans do have somebody loosening up in the bullpen. That person is Nick Sosa. So let's see if Ray Campirano can finish this inning out. Sosa would likely finish things off for the Titans, but he might have to come in earlier. Henley off with the pitch. Fastball misses high, and he has third base stolen. So Henley with his third base stolen in this game for number 3. Can't really teach speed, obviously, but what you can teach is that baseball IQ and really just being able to read a pitcher the way Henley did. I mean, Henley stole that base off the pitcher. Just reading the throwing motions and knowing exactly when to go. This one was swung on and fouled back over the screen. Foul ball by Morabito, who remains up at the plate. We mentioned Morabito having a very strong day. He could add another RBI here as the infield comes in with that runner on third base. 4-1 the score. Pirates have added 1 run in each of the past 4 innings, including this one, as this one misses inside for a ball to Morabito, and he reaches on base with a walk. Here comes Johnny Reynoso. Johnny Reynoso came in the 6th inning, grounded out to second base as we have a conference. The pitcher, catcher, and manager will come together and discuss this runners on the corners situation here with the number 3 spot in the lineup up for the Pirates. 4-1 the score. It was 0-0 at the end of 3. And we will have a pitching change, and the aforementioned Sosa will be coming in for the Titans. So Nick Sosa, wearing number 6, is coming in for the Titans, and he may be the one that has to close things down for them. He's a right-handed pitcher, 5'10", 175 pounds. Also listed as a shortstop. So we were talking about Alec Morabito, who just walked, as a player that could play every day and also pitch. Well, this apparently is the same type of player that Nick Sosa is. Nick Sosa is going to take his warm-up pitches, and we'll step away for a few moments.
You're gonna wanna see every single thing I'm gonna show you tonight. Got the perfect scene set of a moonlight glowing. Just keep them baby blues wide open. Girl, take a look around. Yeah, it's going down. It's going down just right. Hey, baby, for the night gets any older, lean your pretty self over here a little closer. I need to hold you. I wanna show you what you don't wanna miss. No, it's all getting to what we've been waiting on. I'm gonna go and turn you in the night on. Coming on strong, I'm gonna lay it on your lips. Might wanna close your eyes for this. Sun gone down, night got this bed backed up to the water. Yeah, it's the place to be if you wanna see every little shining star. But that view ain't nothing like the view I'm looking at. 210 legs for days dangling off the back. It all looks better, baby. You can see forever when you're here in my arms. Hey, baby,
And welcome back. We are still in the bottom of the seventh inning. One run has been scored to increase the lead to 4-1, as the new pitcher is Nick Sosa for the California Titans. Johnny Reynoso up at the plate. Swings at the first pitch. Grounder over the shortstop. He fires the second, but it's dropped at second. A run comes in to score, so that will be an RBI fielder's choice for Johnny Reynoso. As Nolan Henley scored, and Alec Morabito was out on that fielder's choice. Here comes Bryce Cherry. Cherry, for his second plate appearance of the day, his first plate appearance, walked and stole a base. Made it as far as third before the Pirates were retired for that inning. So for the first time, the Pirates get two in an inning, as this one misses high for ball 1, 1-0 the count. 5-1 the score. This is the closest game the Pirates have had so far, but they're looking to break it open just like the previous games, as this one misses low and inside, and it's 2-0. Pirates will still have at least 4 more outs to work with to maybe tack on a few more runs. Here's the pitch from Sosa. This one's swung and driven to the right side. Once again at the second baseman. He will flip over to second for the final out of the inning. But the Pirates add 2 more, and they lead 5-1 at the end of 7. You're listening on InlandValleyBaseball.com.
Jacked up toys, making noise on small town Friday night. Red light running, good time chasing. Guess I've earned this reputation. Probably never shake it, but that's alright. I got a rough side, a wide side, at least a country mile wide, a fighting side after a few. If they wanna see my sweet side, my soft side, my best side, I just point at you. You point at girl, I ain't sure just what it is. It's got me all tore up like this. Your kiss done melted down this heart of stone. I still like to get a little crazy, but something about your loving, baby, breaks me down and makes me want to haul ass home. I got a rough side, a wild side, at least a country mile wide, a fighting side after a few. If they want to see my sweet side, my soft side, my best side,
and welcome back to the top of 8 we go. The fourth pitcher is in now for the Pirates. That is Andrew Alvarez. He delivers in there for strike 1, 0-1 the count to Quentin Cardenas, who grounded out to third base both times, 0-4-2. Andrew Alvarez, 6'4", 230-pound right-handed pitcher. Working out of the windup, fires. This one's low and away for ball 1, 1-1 the count. Of course, Andrew Alvarez started his career at Pepperdine before transferring to Orange Coast College and winning a state junior collegiate championship. Here's the 1-1 offering. In there for strike 2, 1-2 the count. And that is a very nice off-speed pitch by Alvarez. And he'll be headed to Houston Baptist this fall, playing the Southland Conference. Good Division I conference. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, blows it by the hitter, and that is the first out in the form of a strikeout for Alvarez. So one down here in the top of the 8th inning. 5-1 the score. Pirates doing battle with the Titans. Pirates will play once again here tomorrow. As Alvarez delivers. This pitch is on the outside, called a strike, and it's 0-1 to the number 9 hitter in the lineup, Josh Diaz. Andrew Alvarez is a sports medicine major. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on and driven down the right field line, but foul. Hitter behind it, as Alvarez is throwing some heat here. 0-2 the count. Mancia remains the catcher. He's been the catcher all day. Swung on and missed, and this one gets by Mancia. So that'll be the second strikeout, but the number 9 hitter, Josh Diaz, will reach base on the passed ball. Time is called for by Coach Reynoso. Reynoso's coming out to talk to the home plate umpire. I'm not exactly sure what he was there to talk to him about. I seem to remember a similar thing happening to Andrew Alvarez the first time he pitched. I remember him getting some kind of strikeout or something like that, and then a passed ball happening. As this one is swung on and driven through the right side for a base hit, that will get past Blake James, and holding up on second base is Josh Diaz. Ryan Rosas on first. So just like that, all of a sudden, the Titans have 2 men on and 1 out here in the 8th inning. In Andrew Alvarez's first outing, he went 2 innings, got the win, only allowed 1 hit, struck out 5. So that shows the dominant stuff that he has as that D1 type of pitcher. This one misses low for ball 1, and it's 1-0. Chris Corona, 1 for 2, had an RBI single back in the 6th inning. Corona awaiting the 1-0 offering. Alvarez checks the runner at second. No one holding him on. This one is swung on. Nice backhanded grab made by Espinoza. He flicks it over to second, and they get the force out there. Almost made a amazing double play. Blake James firing it over to Morabito, not in time, but they do get the force out at second. So we have a fielder's choice as Diaz now stands on third, and Corona reaching on that fielder's choice. Here comes Aaron Bernal. Bernal 1 for 3 on the day, as time is called for by Mancia. Actually, this is not Bernal. Bernal's a left-handed hitter. This is a right-handed hitter, so this is a replacement, but I can't see his jersey number. I can tell you that he has a chain around his neck. This is Jordan Rogers, 6'0", 180 pounds, right-handed hitter. So Jordan Rogers steps out of the box, gets back in. Runners on the corners. 2 outs, top of the 8th inning. 5-1 the score. Pirates on top. Alvarez pickoff throw over to first base. Heard the first base coach yelling back. That used to be like a major thing, at least at the high school level back when I played it. Everybody had to yell back. I don't hear it too often anymore, as this one swung on and fouled out of play behind the backstop. And it looks like the man who started things off for the Pirates, Aaron Reynoso, will be the one to pick that thing up. As we mentioned, Aaron Reynoso, 3 innings, 3 shutout innings. Then Alec Morabito came in to relieve him. Gave up 1 run in 3 innings. Then it was Espinoza who worked the flawless 7th as his breaking ball is in the dirt and misses for a ball. And Andrew Alvarez coming in the 8th and presumably will finish this thing out the final 2 innings. Rogers, pretty slender right-handed hitter. Looks very skinny. And another pickoff attempt over to first base. Well, Alvarez has a pretty good pickoff move. It'll be interesting to see throughout the course of the season if he gets some guys. It's very quick. Swung on and missed is this fastball. And that is strike 2. And everybody thought that was strike 3, including the catcher, the second baseman, and the first baseman, and the right fielder. Pretty much everybody, actually. I shouldn't just single those guys out because the left fielder was in, the shortstop was in, everybody came in. So it's a 2-strike count. The second base umpire is getting a little chuckle out of it. Runners off with the pitch. This one swung on and fouled out of play down the right field line. 2-2 the count. Runners on the corners. 2 outs. Top of the 8th inning. The second base umpire is laughing. I don't know if that actually was a strikeout or not. But this will be a strikeout as the hitter is frozen, called 3rd strike, and that will be the final out here in the 8th inning. So at the end of 7.5 innings of play, it's 5-1. Pirates on top of the Titans.
In a baseball hat, stands in the field with his ball and bat. Says, I am the greatest player of them all. Puts his bat on his shoulder and he tosses up his ball. And the ball goes up and the ball comes down. Swings his bat all the way around. The world's so still you can hear the sound. The baseball falls to the ground.
And welcome back. Bottom of 8 we go. 5-1 the score. Pirates on top of the Titans. Pirates looking to go to 4-0 on the season. As we mentioned, a very long week for the Pirates. Leg kicking, here's the pitch from Sosa as this one misses low and away to Jacob Bernardi. Bernardi 0 for 2 on the day. Was also hit by a pitch in the 6th inning. Here's the pitch. This one outside, ball 2. 2-0 the count. As we mentioned, Pirates playing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Then they have Friday off. Here's the pitch. Fastball high, and it's 3-0. So you get Friday off, but then you have a doubleheader on Saturday, and then you have another doubleheader on Sunday, and that doubleheader happens to be in Las Vegas. This fastball straight down Broadway, and taking all the way is Bernardi, and it's 3-1 to him. Marty from Temecula, as this one swung on, driven to the right side over at the first baseman. At first it looked like the first baseman had caught it in the air, but it hit the ground, but he was literally about 6 inches from the bag, so he just stepped on the base and retires Bernardi on the 3 unassisted putout. Blake James steps up to the dish. James 0 for 2, reached on a walk back in the 6th. This one misses high. It was an off-speed pitch that never really dropped or broke. We talk a lot about Blake James' defensive prowess. Obviously, also doing a very good job offensively last season in the SCCBL. As this one is swung on as a fly ball over to the first baseman who can't make the catch in foul territory. And that is one that you have to come down with. Pretty routine. And that is the 3rd time that's happened to a Titan player in foul territory. 2 of them to the third baseman, which you can kind of, say, well, at least he's dealing with the sun. But at first base, you're not dealing with the sun at all. You're looking the opposite way, as this one was swung on and fouled at the screen. So it'll be a 2-strike count for James. And pretty much actually all that first base side is in shade. Shade from both the clubhouse, which is a bungalow adjacent to the first base dugout, as this one is called strike 3 at the knees. And that'll be the 2nd out of the inning. And also the dorms are adjacent to this field, so they are creating shadows out in right field here at Scalinos Field. Bottom of the 8th inning. 5-1 Pirates. Here's the pitch. This one's called a strike to Andrew Alvarez. Alvarez, of course, on the mound now. Presumably will be finishing this thing out for the Pirates. Fastball misses low, and it's 1-1. If you recall, in his first at-bat, Alvarez swung at his first pitch and flew out to the first baseman. This one misses outside, and it's 2-1, so a more patient at-bat already. Seeing his 4th pitch in this at-bat as opposed to just a 1-pitch at-bat. Here's the pitch from Sosa. Fastball swung on, and this one is driven a mile high right behind home plate. The catcher calling for it and makes the catch. So that will do it for the inning on the fly out to the catcher by Alvarez, but he'll come back out for the ninth inning to slam the door shut for the Pirates. They lead 5-1. You're listening on InlandValleyBaseball.com. And welcome back. It will not be Andrew Alvarez closing things out. That will be Michael Koval. Koval, 6'1", 175-pound right-handed pitcher from Cal Poly Pomona. Fires. Fastball swung on and missed, and it's 0-1 to Ryan Avila. Michael Koval will be a sophomore next year for Cal Poly Pomona. This past season in 12 appearances, pitched 18 innings, 12 strikeouts. As this one is swung on and fouled out of play down the first base line, 0-2 the count. Well, I'm excited to see an inning of Michael Koval because he was actually the starter in the second game of the doubleheader. That was a game that I didn't broadcast the beginning of the game because I was taking pictures for the website, so I didn't really get to focus on some of the stuff that Koval has to offer. Koval working out of the windup, fires. This one's swung on off the edge of the bat, and this one is line drive down the left field line for a base hit. He will be digging into second and head to second with a stand-up double for Ryan Avila. So Avila jumping on that pitch on an 0-2 count. That's a tough extra base hit to give up if you're Koval. As now Jason Ziegler steps up to the plate. Jason Ziegler 0 for 3. Would love to send this runner in if he could. Of course, the Pirates would love to keep that runner off the board as this one's called a strike and it's 0-1. 5-1 the score. Pirates have been dominant all season long so far in the early going. This, of course, is the closest game. The previous closest game was an 8-3 decision. So that was a 5-run win. This one's a 4-run lead as this one misses low and outside, and it's 1-1 for Koval. Koval, a business administration major here at Cal Poly Pomona. From Alta Loma, went to Alta Loma High School. Takes a long look at second, but nobody holding the runner on. This one swung on, and this is a number off the edge of the bat that goes foul. And it'll be a 2-strike count right here for Michael Koval. At Alta Loma, he was great in both the classroom and, of course, on the mound. On the mound, in 60 2/3 innings pitched, he had 65 strikeouts and was also, in the classroom, honored with National Honor Society. Here's the pitch, and this one is a breaking ball in the dirt that gets by the catcher on a wild pitch, and the ball is stuck in the fence. Mencia will pick it out of the fence. I don't know what the ruling would have been. It looked like the home plate umpire was saying basically that it was live because he stood on the first base side of the home plate to see if there was going to be a throw over there at the home plate. But as we mentioned, Mencia picking it out of the fence. Now the Titans have a runner on third base, 90 feet away from scoring and making this a 3-run game. Fastball on the outside corner, called strike 3 for Michael Koval. So Koval records his first out here in the 9th inning of the strikeout variety as Ray Fierro comes to the plate. He is 0 for 2. Was also hit by a pitch and stole second base on Espinosa. He swings at the first pitch and lifts it into right field. Charging in on it is the outfielder out there. He fires home, and that is going to be a dart to home plate. He got him. What a play out there in right field. And I believe is that Nolan Henley now in right field? He started in center, but he is in right now, and he just made that throw, I believe. And that will do it for the game. A double play, a fly ball to right field, and he fires an absolute bullet in the home plate and gets the runner trying to tag up and score. So it's the closest decision so far in the season for the Pirates as they win 5-1, 4-run win for them. A lot of good pitching once again, and that's the same thing that happened last year with the Pirates. Of course, Aaron Reynoso starting things off with 3 innings of the shutout variety. Then Alec Morabito came in the middle 3, gave up 1 run. Greg Espinosa pitched a scoreless 7th. Andrew Alvarez a scoreless 8th. And Michael Koval polishing things off here in the 9th inning as the Pirates and Titans will shake hands here at home plate. Alec Morabito was really one of the top performers in this game. We mentioned the 1 run allowed in 3 innings, but also had an RBI single and a triple and scored a run. Nolan Henley had a big game as well. Henley stole 3 bags, had an RBI double, also scored 2 runs. So the 1-2 batters really coming through. Johnny Reynoso added an RBI, as well as Blake James. He had an RBI, and Michael Johnson scored a run. So that's how they got everything. Of course, it was scoreless at the end of the 3, and then the Pirates scoring 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, and 2 in the 7th, and that's how they got to their 5. 5-1 the final score. Pirates beat the Titans. We'll do it again tomorrow. Another game to come, this time against the Inland Valley Buccaneers. That's who the Pirates take on next, so they'll see them for the 3rd time. It's a 4:30 start, so it's a little bit early. Most of the games starting here are at 5, and then they'll play the Long Beach Legends on Thursday before getting a day off Friday. Doubleheader with the San Diego Force on Saturday, and then a doubleheader split between the Buccaneers and Team Las Vegas in Las Vegas on Sunday. So that's the entire week for the Pirates, a very long week at that. We hope you've enjoyed the broadcast, and we'll see you next time tomorrow at 4:30 for a game between the Pirates and Buccaneers.